I opened up the window wide and let the morning fill the room. The street was already moving under clear and quiet blue. No plans waiting on the table, no reason I had to stay. So I put on my old white shirt and stepped outside anyway. Maybe today doesn't need a reason. Maybe the light is enough. Open window morning, let the whole day in. A little sun, a little breeze on my skin. I don't need to hurry, I don't need to know where this easy kind of day is going to go. A bicycle passed beside me, someone waved across the street. Music drifted from a doorway, soft enough to miss a beat. I took the longer way downtown, just because the sky looked good. And for once I didn't measure every hour like I should. Maybe today can stay this simple. Maybe that's more than enough. Open window morning, let the whole day in. A little sun, a little breeze on my skin. I don't need to hurry, I don't need to know where this easy kind of day is going to go. By noon the city felt much lighter, or maybe I had changed somehow. Nothing big had really happened, still I like the feeling now. Some days arrive without a story and leave without a name, but every once in a while, that's exactly what we need. No grand beginning, no perfect view, just a little room for something new. Open window morning, let the whole day in. A little sun, a little breeze on my skin. I don't need to hurry, I don't need to know where this easy kind of day is gonna go. Open window, open sky, let the morning take its time. The sky was clear before I left it, a pale blue stretching past the town. I took the road beside the water, with both windows halfway down. No one waiting at the corner, no clock telling me to run. Just the sound of tires turning and the warmth of early sun. I had nowhere I had to be, and for once that felt like freedom. Blue road morning, carry me along, past the quiet houses, past the waking sun. I don't need a destination, I don't need a perfect plan. Blue road morning, take me where you can. A little market opened early, as someone swept the steps outside. dog was sleeping in the shade, while bicycles went rolling by. The radio was playing softly, something old I almost knew. I let the melody keep going, while the coastline open blue. Maybe moving is enough, maybe leaving room is luck. Blue road morning, carry me along, past the quiet houses, past the waking sun. I don't need a destination, I don't need a perfect plan. Blue road morning, take me where you can. By midday I'd gone much farther than I thought I ever would. Nothing waiting at the ending, still the whole day felt so good. Some roads matter for the places, some for what they let you lead, and some are only there to show you how much lighter you can breathe. If the road keeps turning, let it turn. I have time enough to learn. Blue road morning, carry me along, past the open water, past the waking sun. I don't need a destination, I don't need a perfect plan. Blue road morning, take me where you can. Your time. The morning ferry pulled away before the town was fully awake. I watched the harbor growing small and let the distance have its way. The water caught the early light, the hills were fading into blue. I didn't leave to disappear, I only wanted something new. Just one day beyond the usual, just enough to change the view. On the other side of the bay, everything feels a little wider. Same blue sky above my head, but somehow breathing comes much lighter. I don't have to leave forever, I don't have to lose my way. Sometimes all I really need is the other side of the bay. By late morning I was walking through streets I'd never seen before. No one knew where I had come from, no one needed to know more. I stopped wherever shade looked good, let the afternoon unfold. It's strange how somewhere unfamiliar can make an ordinary heart feel bold. Nothing changed, and yet it did. A different place, a different rhythm. On the other side of the bay, everything feels a little wider. Same blue sky above my head, but somehow breathing comes much lighter. I don't have to leave forever, I don't have to lose my way. Sometimes all I really need is the other side of the bay. The sun was lower when I turned back toward the water and the town. I knew the life I left that morning still be waiting when I came around. But something in me had gone quiet, something heavy slipped away. Maybe distance doesn't solve things, maybe it just gives them space. I can go back without going backward, carry a little of this open air. On the other side of the bay, everything feels a little wider. Same blue sky above my head, but somehow breathing comes much lighter. I don't have to leave forever, I don't have to lose my way. Sometimes all I really need is the other side of the bay, across the water for a day, just far enough to see another way. The morning ferry pulled away before the town was fully awake. I watched the harbor growing small and let the distance have its way. The water caught the early light, the hills were fading into blue. I didn't leave to disappear, I only wanted something new. Just one day, beyond the usual, just enough to change the view. On the other side of the bay, everything feels a little wider. Same blue sky above my head, but somehow breathing comes much lighter. I don't have to leave forever, I don't have to lose my way. Sometimes all I really need is the other side of the bay. By a late morning I was walking through streets I'd never seen before. No one knew where I had come from, no one needed to know more. I stopped wherever shade looked good, let the afternoon unfold. It's strange how somewhere unfamiliar can make an ordinary heart feel bold. Nothing changed, and yet it did. A different place, a different rhythm. On the other side of the bay, everything feels a little wider. Same blue sky above my head, but somehow breathing comes much lighter. I don't have to leave forever, I don't have to lose my way. Sometimes all I really need is the other side of the bay. The sun was lower when I turned back toward the water and the town. I knew the life I left that morning would still be waiting when I came around. But something in me had gone quiet, something heavy slipped away. Maybe distance doesn't solve things, maybe it just gives them space. I can go back without going backward, carry a little of this open air. On the other side of the bay, everything feels a little wider. Same blue sky above my head, but somehow breathing comes much lighter. I don't have to leave forever, I don't have to lose my way. Sometimes all I really need is the other side of the bay. Across the water for a day, just far enough to see another way. They say there was a little town where morning started from the hill. A boy would climb the stone steps early just to ring the old brass bell. No one ever asked him why, he never seemed to mind. He'd look across the waking roofs and leave the sound behind. Maybe some things don't need explaining. Maybe showing up is enough. From the bell above the hill, morning rolled across the houses, through the windows, down the streets, into every open door. He never asked who heard it, never waited for applause. From the bell above the hill, he just gave the day a start. By noon he'd be somewhere below, laughing with the market crowd, carrying bread, carrying stories, nothing special, nothing loud. People came and people left, seasons changed the color of the square, but every morning right on time, that little sound was always there. Maybe rhythm keeps us steady, even when the world keeps moving. From the bell above the hill, morning rolled across the houses, through the windows, down the streets, into every open door. He never asked who heard it, never waited for applause. From the bell above the hill, he just gave the day a start. Years went by, the boy grew older, then one summer he was gone. Still the town would wake up early, almost listening for that song. So someone else climbed up the hill, then someone after that, and every morning found its way through the same old bell again. Maybe that's how small things stay, not by holding on too tight, just by passing one good thing into someone else's life. From the bell above the hill, morning rolled across the houses, through the windows, down the streets, into every open door. No one knew who started it, no one needed to recall. From the bell above the hill, the day began for all. One clear sound across the town, then morning all around. They say there was a girl in town who never took the longest street. She knew the stairs behind the bakery and every alley in between. She crossed the square before the crowd, slipped past the fountain by the wall, always somehow getting there before anyone at all. She never rushed, she just knew there was more than one way through. She knew every shortcut, every turn and hidden line, past the gardens, past the rooftops, always making perfect time. People asked her for directions, she would smile and simply say, You don't always need the main road to find your way. One summer morning, someone new was standing with a folded map. He'd walked in circles half an hour trying to find the harbor path. She pointed toward a narrow lane, then changed her mind and walked along. Said the fastest road was boring and the pretty way was long. So they wandered without hurry past the places maps forget. She knew every shortcut, every turn and hidden line, past the gardens, past the rooftops, always making perfect time. But that morning she kept walking, though she knew a quicker way. Maybe getting there too early wasn't everything that day. By afternoon they reached the water much later than they'd planned. The boats were turning toward the harbor, golden light across the sand. He asked if that had been a shortcut. She laughed and shook her head. Some roads save you several minutes, some give you a day instead. Maybe knowing where you're going doesn't mean you have to race. Sometimes taking one road longer leaves a better kind of trace. She knew every shortcut, every turn and hidden line, past the gardens, past the rooftops, always making perfect time. But from then on, now and then, she'd choose the longer way. You don't always need the main road to find a better day. One more corner, one more view, sometimes longer, gets you somewhere new. They say every Thursday morning a young man crossed the square with a handful of small white flowers and left them by the stairs. No note, no name, no reason, nothing written on the wall. He would set them down so gently, then keep walking past us all. People wondered, people guessed, he never seemed in need to tell. Flowers on Thursday, bright against the stone, there before the town was busy, gone before too long. Maybe they were for somebody, maybe for no one at all. Flowers on Thursday was all he ever left. The baker said it was for someone who had moved away in spring. The old man near the fountain swore it meant a different thing. Children thought he liked the morning. Tourists stopped to take a look, and every week the town kept adding one more story to the book. He just smiled if someone asked, then carried on like that was that. Flowers on Thursday, bright against the stone, there before the town was busy, gone before too long. Maybe they were for somebody, maybe Then one Thursday he was missing, and the steps were bare and plain. By the next week someone brought a little bunch and came again. Soon another left some yellow, someone else brought blue. No one knew the old beginning, still the morning carried through. Maybe not every small tradition needs a story at the end. Sometimes something simply stays because somebody begins. Flowers on Thursday, bright against the stone, there before the town was busy, making morning feel less ordinary. No one knew who they were for, no one needed to recall. Flowers on Thursday became a little gift to all. Thursday morning, white and bright, just a little left in sight.
There was a man downtown who owned a room above a store. Every morning before 8, he'd place one chair outside the door. Not a table, not a sign, nothing else beside the wall. Just one wooden chair in sunlight, waiting there for no one at all. People asked him once or twice, he'd only smile and step inside. One chair in the morning, facing toward the street, watching all the bicycles and everybody's feet. Maybe it was meant for someone, maybe just a place to rest. One chair in the morning, and nobody knew the rest. Sometimes children used it laughing, sometimes strangers sat a while. Someone waiting for a taxi, someone tired from half a mile. He never asked them where they came from, never told them when to go. He just looked down from his window like everything was as it should. No explanation, no design, just a little room inside the day. One chair in the morning, facing toward the street, watching all the bicycles and everybody's feet. Maybe it was meant for someone, maybe just a place to rest. One chair in the morning, and nobody knew the rest. Da 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 da, da 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 da. Someone painted all the walls. The little store became another, and his name was gone from all. But every morning someone carried that same chair outside again. No one knew who first remembered, no one asked them now and then. Maybe some things stay among us without needing to be named. A little space left open can outlive the one who came. One chair in the morning, facing toward the street, waiting there for anyone who needed slower feet. Maybe it was meant for someone, maybe that was all the point. One chair in the morning, leaving room for someone else. Morning light, an empty chair, someone comes and finds it there.
They say he came every summer, just when the days grew long. A quiet face at the corner cafe, gone before the heat was gone. He never stayed at the same place, never carried very much. A book beneath one arm some mornings, a jacket folded up at lunch. No one knew where he came from. No one really needed to. He came every summer, stayed a little while, walked the streets like he remembered every doorway, every mile. Then one morning he'd be missing, no goodbye, no reason why. He came every summer and disappeared with July. Some said he had family there, some said he'd loved someone once. The woman at the fruit stand laughed, said people always make too much. He'd help her lift the boxes down, then sit beneath the afternoon shade, talk about almost everything except what brought him back that way. Maybe some places call you softly, even after years go by. He came every summer, stayed a little while, walked the streets like he remembered every doorway, every mile. Then one morning he'd be missing, no goodbye, no reason why. He came every summer and disappeared with July. One year August came too early and nobody saw him there. Still the cafe kept his corner empty in the morning air. The next summer someone noticed a postcard by the door. Nothing written but the coastline and a date from years before. Maybe that was all the answer, maybe there was none at all. Some people leave a place behind, some places never let them go. He came every summer, stayed a little while, walked the streets like he remembered every doorway, every mile. And though no one knew his story, they still looked up every July for the man who came each summer and disappeared into the light. Long days, blue sky, maybe next summer, maybe July.
Above the oldest streets, there was a narrow flight of stairs. People climbed them in the morning just to catch a little air. No sign waiting at the top, no famous view to photograph. Only rooftops, distant windows, and enough room just to laugh. Some came early, some came late. No one hurried at that place. On the steps above the town, everything felt a little slower. Voices faded from below, and the sky looked somehow closer. No one stayed for very long, no one needed any plan. On the steps above the town, you could breathe and start again. A student came with folded papers, a painter carried nothing much. Someone brought a cup of coffee, someone only came at lunch. People rarely spoke together, still they learned each other's ways. A nod at noon, a seat left open, little pieces of the day. Nothing special, nothing grand, just a quiet place to land. On the steps above the town, everything felt a little slower. Voices faded from below, and the sky looked somehow closer. No one stayed for very long, no one needed any plan. On the steps above the town, you could breathe and start again. Years went by and shops changed names. New signs appeared along the street. Still the stairs were there each morning, holding sunlight at their feet. Someone once asked why they mattered. An old woman simply smiled and said, sometimes all a place can give you is a little room a while. Maybe that's enough. A little height, a little distance, a little light. On the steps above the town, everything felt a little slower. Voices faded from below, and the sky looked somehow closer. No one stayed for very long, no one needed any plan. On the steps above the town, you could breathe and start again. One more step, one more view, a little space to carry through. They say there was a room upstairs, above a quiet corner store. And every morning, rain or shine, one window open toward the road. No curtains moving in the breeze, no music drifting from inside. Just a little square of daylight, looking out above the sign. People notice, then forgot. Still the window stayed unlocked. The window that stayed open let the whole street in. Morning voices, passing footsteps, warm light on the sill. No one knew who lived there, no one had to know. The window that stayed open Days came and went, still that open frame above them made the street feel different. Nothing calling, nothing said, just a little light ahead. The window that stayed open let the whole street in. Morning voices passing, footsteps, warm light on the sill. No one knew who lived there, no one had to know. The window that stayed open made the day feel less alone. Then one autumn it was closed for longer than anyone could say. People passed beneath it quietly and carried on their way, until one bright spring morning someone pushed it wide again. No one stopped to ask about it, still a few looked up and smiled. Maybe some things matter, 'cause they're always there, not asking to be noticed, just leaving room for air. The window that stayed open let the whole street in. Morning voices passing, footsteps, warm light on the sill. No one knew who lived there, no one had to know. The window that stayed open made the whole street feel like home. Open light, open air, someone passing looks up there. They say there was a boy nearby who always walked beyond the square, up where the road became a hill and rooftops opened into air. He'd stand there when the day was clear, his jacket loose, his sleeves rolled high, like he was waiting for the breeze to tell him something from the sky. No one knew what he was hearing. He just smiled and stayed a while. They said he borrowed the wind and carried it back to town, a little lighter in his step every time he came back down. Maybe nothing really happened, maybe that was not the point. They said he borrowed the wind and brought a little home. Some mornings others followed him, but never quite as far. people still went walking when the weather turned just right. Up past the houses, past the gardens, into all that open light. Someone joked about the old story. Someone else believed it still. That if the world felt close around you, there was always room uphill. Maybe wind is only wind. Maybe stories make it more. Maybe all we really need is somewhere open to walk toward. They said he borrowed the wind and carried it back to town, a little lighter in his step every time he came back down. No one ever proved the story, no one needed to somehow. They said he borrowed the
I got off one stop early for no particular reason. The doors closed right behind me and carried on without me. I knew the road back home, but turned the other way. There was something in the weather that made me wanna waste the day. No appointment, no excuse, just a street I'd never used. I got off one stop early and let the afternoon decide. Past a row of open windows where I'd never walked beside. Nothing waiting at the ending, nothing I was meant to find. I got off one stop early and left the usual day behind. There was music from the second floor, a language I didn't know. Someone watered plants above me while the traffic moved below. I found a street that curved uphill, then disappeared behind the trees. Funny how a place so close to home could feel like somewhere overseas. Maybe distance isn't miles, maybe Saturn, it's a turn. I got off one stop early and let the afternoon decide. Past a row of open windows where I'd never walked beside. Nothing waiting at the ending, nothing I was meant to find. I got off one stop early and left the usual day behind. By evening I could see my street from somewhere I had never been. The same old roofs, the same old town, looking almost new again. I laughed about the little trip that never really went that far. Sometimes all it takes to change the view is forgetting where you are. Tomorrow I'll take the usual way, probably right on time. But now I know another road is waiting just beside mine. I got off one stop early and let the afternoon decide. Past the places I've been missing all this time, just passing by. Nothing waiting at the ending, still I found a different mind. I got off one stop early and left the usual day behind. One stop early, one wrong turn, a little day I didn't plan. carried up a few old chairs and swept the dust from off the top. By noon a handful of people came just to see what they had missed. The city looked a little kinder from a place as high as this. No big reason, no grand plan, just a door opened again. The rooftop opened again, and everybody stayed a while above the traffic and the noise, under one wide open sky. No one asked who found the key, no one really seemed to care. The rooftop opened again, and there was room for everyone there. Someone brought a paper lunch, someone leaned against the rail. Two old friends who worked downstairs stayed longer than they meant to stay. A girl took off her office shoes, a man closed both his tired eyes. For 20 quiet minutes, nobody needed to be anywhere else. Maybe height changes nothing, maybe space changes enough. The rooftop opened again, and everybody stayed a while above the traffic and the noise, under one wide open sky. No one asked who found the key, no one really seemed to care. The rooftop opened again, and there was room for everyone there. By evening, strings of little lights were hanging loosely near the wall. Someone said they'd take them down, but somehow never did at all. After that, the door stayed open whenever weather allowed, and people found their own small reasons to step away from the crowd. Maybe every city needs one place that asks for nothing, just a little air above all the ordinary rushing. The rooftop opened again, and everybody stayed a while above the traffic and the noise, under one wide open sky. No one asked who found the key, no one really needed to. The rooftop opened again, and somehow so did we. One open door, one open sky. Stay a little before goodbye. There was a little photo shop down a street I rarely used. I stepped inside to wait for rain with nothing else to do. The owner showed me faded prints from years before my time, and in the corner of one picture someone looked almost alive. No name written, no date clear, just a face still standing there. Someone in the photograph looking past the camera light, maybe waiting for a friend, maybe leaving town that night. I would never know the story, and somehow that was fine. Someone in the photograph had borrowed a little of my time. Behind him stood a crowded street, a sign I couldn't read. People frozen halfway laughing, cars from another year. The owner said he'd found the box when they cleared the room upstairs. Most of the names had disappeared, but the pictures were still there. Every picture keeps a little more than anyone can explain.
where it lay. But outside, every passing face looked different for the day. How many lives move next to ours, then disappear from view? How many ordinary moments once felt important to someone too? I didn't need an answer, I didn't need a name. Sometimes one forgotten picture is enough to make you stay. Someone in the photograph, looking past the camera light. Maybe laughing at a secret, maybe thinking life was wide. I would never know the story, and somehow that was right. Someone in the photograph stayed with me the rest of the night. One old picture, one unknown face. Then I walked back into the day. They say they're a little place where nobody stayed too long. 3 tables near an open wall, and afternoons move slowly on. One man always chose the corner where the sunlight crossed the floor. He'd order something cold to drink, then watch the people through the door. No newspaper, no telephone. He seemed perfectly fine alone. A table in the sun, an hour with nowhere to be. Watching shadows cross the pavement, watching leaves move in the trees. Maybe he was waiting, maybe he just liked the view. A table in the sun was all he ever seemed to choose. Some days someone sat beside him, some days nobody came near. He'd laugh, conversation found him, then let the silence reappear. The waiter said he'd been coming long before the place was new. But when they asked him where he lived, he'd smile and change the subject too. Some small mystery stay better when nobody pulls them apart. A table in the sun, an hour with nowhere to be. Watching shadows cross the pavement, watching leaves move in the trees. Maybe he was waiting, maybe he just liked the view. A table in the sun was all he ever seemed to choose. Then one spring another person started sitting in that chair. Same easy hour in the afternoon, same sunlight falling there. No one said it meant a thing, no story needed to be spun. Sometimes people simply find the same good table in the sun. Maybe that's enough, a chair, a little light, a place to let the afternoon pass without fun, a fight. A table in the sun, an hour with nowhere to be. Watching shadows cross the pavement, watching leaves move in the trees. No one needs an answer, no one has to choose. A table in the sun, and nothing much to lose. Stay a while, let it run.
ordinary delivery vans and hurried feet. People carrying cups and papers, moving quickly down the street. But somewhere just around noon, the whole place seemed to change. Shop doors opened, chairs came outside, and nobody found it strange. Same old buildings, same old road, different hour, different world. The street changed at noon, like someone turned the volume down. Windows open to the daylight, laughter drifted through the town. Nothing magic ever happened, still it never felt the same. The street changed at noon, then changed right back again. A barber leaned outside his doorway, someone played a radio low. Two friends shared a plate between them, with nowhere else they had to go. A woman crossed without a hurry, a kid rode circles near the square. For one small part of every day, the city seemed to lose its cares. Maybe places have a rhythm, maybe people make the time. The street changed at noon, like someone turned the volume down. Windows open to the daylight, laughter drifted through the town. Nothing magic ever happened, still it never felt the same. The street changed at noon, then changed right back again. By 2 o'clock the chairs went inside, engines started down the lane. People checked the time and hurried, and the street became itself again. But anyone who knew the hour sometimes waited just to see how an ordinary piece of town could briefly learn to breathe. Maybe every busy day has one small opening. If you happen to be there when everything grows still. The street changed at noon, like someone turned the volume down. Windows open to the daylight, laughter drifted through the town. Nothing magic ever happened, maybe that was why it stayed. The street changed at noon, for just a little part of every day. 12 o'clock, open doors, then the city moves once more. Someone said the faster boat would reach the island before 10. Still almost everybody waited for the slower one instead. It had old seats along the windows and took the long way past the shore. No one seemed to mind the minutes or what they were losing them for. There are mornings made for arriving, and some made for getting there. Nobody took the fast boat, not on a day like this. The water bright beneath the windows, the air too good to miss. Let the other one go racing, let it disappear ahead. Nobody took the fast boat, we had time enough instead. A man pointed toward the lighthouse, a child counted every sail. Someone sleeping near the doorway woke when sunlight crossed the rail. Two strangers talked about the weather, then somehow talked about their lives. By the time the island found us, no one cared we'd lost some time. Maybe slower isn't later, when the road is part of it. Nobody took the fast boat, not on a day like this. The water bright beneath the windows, the air too good to miss. Let the
then chose the old one in the end. No one called it any wisdom, no one made a rule that day. We just knew the longer crossing had become the better way. Not everything worth keeping needs to save you time. Some things give you back the minutes you thought were gone. Nobody took the fast boat, not on a day like this. The water bright beneath the windows, the air too good to miss. Let the whole world keep on racing, we can let it move ahead. Nobody took the fast boat, we had somewhere else instead.